Yep. I'd like to welcome everybody to our Monday, June 23rd, 2025 Cascade City Council meeting. We'll have a call to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Elephant, Weber,
Here.
Hush,
Here.
Gale,
Here.
Delaney.
Here.
Need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion by Gale,
Second.
second by Weber. All in favor?
Aye.
At this point, we'll have public comment. You're limited to 3 minutes per person on agenda items and local government issues. Seeing,
Got one.
yep, state your name.
My name is Kathy Smith. I live at 602 Buchanan Southwest. And last year when they did all the construction on 136, traffic was rerouted onto Buchanan. And I had talked to somebody at that time about possibly this year getting it resurfaced or something done with the road. We had cement trucks, semis, farm equipment,
It was
milk
busy.
trucks. It was crazy. And now, I mean, not that I do it on a day like today, but, you know, to have the front door open, can't do it because of bang, 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 bang. Between Riverview and Fifth is the absolute worst. I had called a couple weeks ago to talk to somebody here about it, and I decided to come here to get in front of all the decision makers and at least let you know what the street is all about. There's pothole after pothole after pothole, and now with rain coming in, my concern is that, you know, these potholes fill up with water, water gets under the street, it's gonna start buckling, and it's gonna be even worse than it already is. So, that's what my purpose of being here today for where it was.
Well, we can fill the potholes.
They do, but
But-
they keep refilling
Yeah.
them, and
We looked at that street already, so it's in the works of getting something done.
Something done.
It looked real good this spring from all the traffic that we had on it, but then all of a sudden
Yeah.
it just blew up.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know, it did, the last month and a half, it just blew up.
Yeah, because when it rains, you get all the puddles and
Yep.
stuff, and there's
Yep.
dips in the road, and then with winter coming on, when they try to plow it, they can't even get
Get it smooth,
it
down.
smoothed out, so anything that could be done with it would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does seal coating do anything?
Nope, that's a Band-Aid on a
Well, I mean,
gunshot wound.
it seals the seal coat that we have down now, yeah. It
If-
will,
if
it
the-
will help seal it
If it's stable underneath,
if it's, yeah.
yeah.
So that needs an overlay on it. We looked at it this spring and it did. It was held together very well from all the traffic it had on it, but then all of a sudden, like, it was not 3 weeks after we looked at it, it just went to heck. I mean, it's just bad.
So when's Jones County gonna do Riverview?
I don't know, I haven't got any update from
all that stuff?
Derek, the engineer.
I was just curious what kind of price they had on the mix, if we could have them come in to Randy Lyons's.
They're probably, yeah, you're gonna have to check with them.
Yeah,
And just do
an overlay.
overlay?
Do a leveling.
We looked
leveling
at it
course.
with Phil.
Yeah.
Huh?
We looked at it with Phil.
Yeah. I mean, if you did a leveling course and then a finish mat,
Or, yeah, or mill it or whatever.
yeah.
I don't think there's much to mill though. is
No,
there?
but, and then there's a culvert that needs to be replaced in it. We talked
Yeah.
about getting them all done and then doing it, so.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger project
Yeah.
than just,
Then just throwing something at
Yeah.
it right away.
But I mean, it's a job that I would have to think we could do without paying for engineering.
Oh, yes.
oh,
Because-
yeah,
yes.
yeah, it won't be to
Because
that level.
all you guys
Because the
that do
northern
it,
part's pretty good.
Hmm?
The northern part's pretty good, right?
No, it's,
I was thinking it was down more of the southern area that was really bad, but the
No.
northern part's pretty bad now too.
you have to drive it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll swing down there.
Okay. Consent agenda, city council minutes 6/9/25, park board minutes 6/10/25. Cascade Municipal Utilities minutes, 6/11/25. Cascade Public Library minutes, 6/18/25. Annual tobacco licenses for fiscal year 2026. May 2025 month-end reports and financials, and June 23rd, 2025 claims. Do we have any concerns about the consent agenda?
Yeah, in the financials, I have a few items. First one is number 20, on page 22, under the library department. The private source contribution, like year-to-date is $314,000 some dollars. The budget was $749 with $434,000.
Okay, you're in
On our-
the month-end reports?
Page 22, yeah, 22.
There's 2 different 22.
This is the library department. On our iPad, on the notebooks here, whatever they're.
Oh, because I'm like, okay, let me see. Revenues of 370 is what you're talking. Okay, let me get to the right page. Okay.
Now, is that budget 750,000?
Yes, so
314?
when the budget would have been done in November, in the end of '23 to the spring of '24, that's what was put in the budget. And,
Private sources, individuals, is that correct?
yeah, so that's donations. And I don't know where that number would have came from. It probably was just a number they pulled out. I don't know.
I guess, now, are some people making multiple payments over the course of years?
Yes, there are some people that are doing pledges. But most of the money we've already collected. Because it would have been like 23, 24. We should have almost all the donations now. I think we have collected everything.
So there isn't any more incremental ones left?
Nope.
As an overall, I mean, it's kind of hard for us to delve into all the different areas. When a large project like that is done, is it possible, because I've had people ask, how much is the city,
Their
into the
portion.
library? I mean, we know we had $1 million from the county, and we had, the
Yeah, I can
donations.
give a whole breakdown of
It'd be
that.
just nice on projects like that, in other words, that we would know that, that there's either donations still being, or
Sure.
haven't been made yet, but the overall, I mean, I'm including just the overall cost, everything from land acquisitions to
Sure.
any engineering fees, just
That were the
everything,
cities.
everything that's included in the completed project, so we know exactly where we're at.
Yep,
Because otherwise, we're kind
absolutely.
of fishing around, and somebody asked me, well, what percent, or what was the city's outlay?
What was the actual cost to the city?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's very hard, I don't know if anybody has an answer to that. It'd just be nice to
Have the numbers,
pull everything
Yeah,
together.
that's, I've been keeping a spreadsheet. So actually, and then there's other spreadsheets for the revenue and all the donations, where we got money from. So yeah, I can have that at the next meeting. Won't be much to get that at all.
And then I do have page 28, again on our iPad, it's the
Okay,
roads, bridges, sidewalk department,
Is this revenues or?
revenue and expense
Yeah, Revenue and
report.
expense report.
Okay, but are we in expenses or revenues? Because when you say a page, it doesn't really mean anything to me.
It'd be. It's
Are
right
we-
here.
If you give me a
Page
number.
3.
The
no,
budget
no.
number is 70,000 for street improvements. Year-to-date, 27,204. I assume that that's what was actually spent.
Are we, is it 001210 on the left? What's the account number?
210, yes.
What?
210, 001, 210, 6721.
Okay. Okay, so the 70,000 is the budget amount, the 42,795 is what we've spent, or I mean, I'm sorry, 27,204 is what we spent year-to-date. The 70,000 is what was budgeted.
So we didn't, do- street improvements, we didn't, or $40,000 that we didn't spend from, I mean, we're at the end of the fiscal year.
Right, so if you look at one of the transfers that I'm doing, I'm taking money from the general fund to put it in road use to be used for projects later this summer. Because we have that large amount of money there.
Okay. There's also storm sewer repairs, 95,000 budget, same page. 59,000 spent, 35,000 not spent.
So all that money just gets rolled over. We're gonna find.
Well, whatever money does not get spent in the general fund stays in the general fund unless we transfer it out, which I am transferring some money out to road use to be used for street projects. Otherwise, it just stays in the general fund.
Again, it'd be nice, I think I asked last time, what roads are being done, I mean, what, you know, what streets are being
What
done.
projects are being done.
Yep, and we are working on that.
I
At
mean,
the
is this-
next meeting, I'll have that ready for you.
I mean, when we have those leftover monies like that, I mean, does that just mean that we just haven't taken the time to, haven't taken the initiative to do these projects, or, I mean, if we budget money for street improvements,
And it's not put out.
and we're only doing 27,000 out of 70,000, we definitely need streets to be done. I mean, is it just a lack of doing projects? or-
No, you just.
No.
So when you have $24,000 and your street project's $60,000, you don't have enough money.
No, but street repairs street improvements would be darn near anything. That's what's- I'm not talking about large projects here.
That there was unspent money.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of unspent money from this past fiscal year. I mean, we budget this money, we have a lot of improvements to be done in both storm sewers and
Everything.
streets and sewer and water and whatever. But there's a lot of smaller projects that we could be doing,
Yep.
not trying to use up money, but
To do some
certainly
projects.
next year, anything we do is going to be another 5, 6, 7% higher than this year. It doesn't do much good to
Right.
budget money if we're not using it.
Right. We are actually working on a list and a priority list, and that will be at the next meeting. We've been going through it to figure out,
What needs to be
what's the
done
best way to
first.
use the money, what's the best way to go about fixing the streets that we need to fix, but yet using the money we have.
And you also have to be prepared for emergencies as well.
Exactly.
So you can't
We
drain
right.
everything on here.
No, but I mean, to use 27,000 out of 70,000 is not even getting close.
Yeah,
to-
but then if you have a storm sewer thing like we had, and you used up 60,000, I mean,
Oh, no,
you
street-
can't, I mean, yeah, you're gonna use it, but you're not gonna use it all every year.
Pick and choose what needs to be done.
Right.
Right,
And
what's
that's
the
what
priorities?
is happening.
Be like Highway 20 and the road buckled up there
Like,
yesterday.
you ain't gonna do nothing about that, that happens
But it
everywhere.
could happen here, and we have to fix it. you
And
know?
it did.
Yeah.
I know, but it seems like the lack of, I mean, if we budget money, I'd like to see it a little bit closer than these numbers. I mean, use 1/3 of what we budget. I mean, we got a lot of projects we should be peeling away at every year.
Could be doing or should be doing.
Well, they're not getting any better.
No, they're not.
I've been on council for now 13, 14 years, and it just seems like,
So then we're gonna point the finger at you. Take initiative, get it done.
I think I brought it up enough times.
Will, we can work on this. Are you on this alley committee with me?
I don't know.
No, who's on the street committee?
The street committee?
Same, I don't know, I was just kind of looking through all this stuff. Just a question, Community Beautification Department, I have no idea what
Okay, are we
Payments to other
expenses or
agencies.
what?
Just next page down.
Okay.
Payments to other agencies, 001, 510, 6413. I have no idea what that is.
Payments to other agencies, that would be the money that we gave to Brian Bach when he did the brewery project. And then there was, I believe, 20,000 or something for some facade, a facade grant as well.
I guess the last one is page 55 on ours. I think it's what, I'm taking a second to pull it up.
Treasury
It-
report?
Yeah, treasurer's report. I know we're gonna be pulling some of these items out of here,
Mm-hmm.
but 022 First Avenue, $313,000.
Okay.
What exactly is that for?
I believe that is for, actually, that's the First Avenue Bridge, not First Avenue. It says First Avenue, but I thought that money was supposed to be for the bridge, and we weren't touching it, because eventually that bridge is gonna need to be overhauled.
Right underneath that, it's the First Avenue Bridge with
Yeah.
It
zeros.
says zeros.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure, but I thought that that money was First Avenue Bridge, not First Avenue.
And the well pump, same page. It's $59,479.
I don't know, there's
603,
always- there's always-
603.
Yeah, there's always been money in that fund. If a,
Well, we just had pump go bad.
and that money all came out of water.
That came out of water.
Well, because it's a water pump, a pump out
Right,
of the
out of the
house.
well pump.
Yeah,
Why didn't we take it out of the well pump fund?
well, it wouldn't have been enough.
Oh, that's,
It was
Oh.
Something.
okay.
$188,000, I believe. or
Wasn't our
100
part of it in the 50s?
I was thinking that.
Well, we got,
Insurance paid
we did get.
a portion of
yes.
it.
wasn't that
But there was
money-
like $50,000 to $60,000 between what the insurance paid and what the actual cost was. It didn't pay all of it.
Wasn't that money for maintenance when we were keeping that other well up on top of the hill here? open?
Usable.
I don't
For
remember.
keeping it usable. I was thinking that was money in there for that.
I don't know.
for
I don't think
maintenance.
money's being out of that for, I can go back and look and see the last time we took money out of that.
Because they were looking at making that a usable well.
Right, we did all those studies with the
Yeah.
DNR and everything.
Yep.
That's being capped, correct?
Yeah. So,
I mean, do we pull it out?
Do you pull it and cap it?
No, he's talking about pulling the money.
Or the money, rather.
I mean, was it really, should have been taken out of the well pump fund rather than the water?
I'm not the one that took that out of the water.
Well, I'm not just asking. I mean, I'm just asking.
It could
a
have
general
came out of
question.
water or well.
I mean, they're
It
kind
doesn't
of the
really
same
matter.
thing.
It's all the water fund,
I
basically.
mean, it's,
grants there, we can.
we can move money anywhere on
That's
that
right.
list.
We can move it anyway.
I just didn't know. I thought our part that the insurance didn't cover was like 54,000. I could be wrong.
It was
It was-
sizable.
Yeah, it was like 180, 160, 180, and then we got like 120. It was like 50 to 60,000 that
Okay.
we had to come up with.
Yep.
Okay, I just didn't know why that one came out of that. But that's it.
Anything else? If not, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Gale,
Second.
second by Weber. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Number 7, consideration to approve resolution number 66-25, resolution approving a reappointment to the Board of Adjustment through June 30th, 2030 for the city of Cascade, Iowa. Any questions? If none, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Gale,
Second.
second by Delaney, roll call.
Elephant, Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Number 8, consideration to approve resolution number 67-25, a resolution of the City of Cascade, Iowa, adopting the multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan for Jones County, Iowa, 2025.
And did you guys all get that? I sent it in a separate email because it was 400
Big.
pages.
I read all of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
If there's no questions, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Delaney,
Second.
second by Weber, roll call.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney, Weber.
Aye.
Number 9, consideration to approve resolution number 68-25, a resolution approving a fiscal year 2026 Dubuque County Secondary Roads Agreement for a RCTP project for 3rd Avenue Southwest and $25,000 in funds in the city of Cascade, Iowa. Is there any questions? If there's none,
We got a grant for that? That's what that is? That's,
Yeah, that's the
That's
RCTP grant for 25,000, so.
Is that the only, if that Third Street project does not come about, can we apply to use that somewhere else? In roads?
I would probably have to talk to Dubuque County if we can.
Move it?
Move it to a new project.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we're just talking about Buchanan Street down there, for
Yeah.
example, I mean, because isn't Third Street, isn't that like a 1.3 million or something?
Yeah.
it's large.
So, question on that then. So when they take that in, they got multiple people applying for that grant, right?
Usually.
So if you probably do that, they're probably going to have to redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's probably going to go away, I'm assuming.
I just didn't know if it was designated or if it could be
I don't think you
switched.
can transfer it.
But we have
I
2 years
don't
to
know.
use it.
We have
so,
2 years to
I mean,
use it,
If we
yeah.
can get that grant next
Grant,
year,
yeah.
then we can use it.
Yep.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Gale,
Second.
second by Delaney, roll call.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Oliphant, Weber,
Aye.
Hush.
Aye.
Number 10, consideration to approve resolution number 69-25, a resolution authorizing the city clerk to transfer excess funds in the general fund to the road use fund and transfer funds from TIF to the sewer fund as certified on the December 2023 TIF certification report for fiscal year 25 for the city of Cascade, Iowa.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Delaney,
I'll second it.
second by Gale, roll call.
Delaney,
Aye.
Oliphant, Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Number 11, consideration to approve resolution number 70-25, resolution authorizing the city clerk to transfer funds from the sewer sinking fund to the sewer fund for the city of Cascade, Iowa. That's just a funds transfer.
Yeah, between the
Nothing.
sewer sinking and the sewer.
Need a motion?
I'll
Make a
make a
motion.
motion.
Motion by Gale, second by Weber, roll call.
Oliphant, Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Number 12, consideration to approve resolution number 71-25, resolution authorizing the city clerk to transfer balances from funds that are no longer needed for the city of Cascade, Iowa.
So I know we had talked about this during budget, so these were some of the funds that we had mentioned. So I have everything going to the general fund except for that small amount that was left in the water system improvement one, and I have that going to the water fund.
The bicentennial, that's used every, for any applications for like our quadcentennial, Cascade. That's been I think since the 1970s, we've always had a fund there, so that there's seed money moving
Okay.
forward with those groups. I think in the past, it's been like 2,000 or 3,000, I see in the,
So do you want to leave that money
I would
alone?
yeah, typically that's always been used. So if they have some capital to start, I don't know, are we doing something next year for the country?
I
250 years?
don't know.
I mean, this was started 50 years ago for the bicentennial, but we also use it for any Cascade,
Okay,
whatever, so usually we leave that one.
okay. Whoever wants to make a motion about that then can just say we will not be doing that one then.
Do I have a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion to,
Motion by Hush,
with the, leaving out the bicentennial transfer.
second.
I'll second it.
Second by Gail, roll call.
Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Oliphant.
Number 13, consideration to approve resolution number 72-25, resolution scheduling public hearing on proposed transfer of city-owned real property. And that's from the pump house property?
The booster station.
The booster, yeah.
That lot, to give that back to the economic development, because when we got the land to do Well House 6, back in 12, it was the caveat that we were supposed to give that back, and then it just
That would
never got
revert back
done,
to
so
them.
we're gonna get done now.
Yep. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Gail,
Second.
second by Delaney, roll call.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Oliphant, Weber.
Aye.
Number 14, consideration of ordinance number 3-25, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Cascade, Iowa by amending Chapter 317-2, fireworks use regulation, and this is the first, second, and third final reading, if approved.
So we need to do the consideration to suspend, if that's okay. And the only reason we're doing it this quickly is because this new law goes into effect July 1st. And we just talked about it this morning, Fred and I, and so I'm like, we better update our personal ordinance because we can't stop it anymore because the state is saying no. Anybody that wants to shoot off fireworks on July 3rd and 4th and December 31st can, so.
So I need a motion to suspend 3 separate meetings and adopt the rule and adopt the ordinance at this first meeting.
Just 1 second. Could you clarify that entire rule real quick?
So basically, just what I said, on July 3rd and 4th, from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., people can shoot off fireworks anywhere. We cannot stop it anymore. We used to have the rule that we would not allow it in our city limits. And then on December 31st, from 9 a.m. until 12:30 a.m. on January 1st, people can shoot off fireworks.
Okay.
So it's mandated.
It's, the state says, yep, you can do it.
Yep. I just wanted, so it's.
Oh, yes.
It's out there.
So the
So
exact.
yes, you can.
Yes.
Gotta
So
know.
everybody hears it exactly.
You gotta realize, it used to be the best decisions were made locally.
I know, yeah, well,
Sucks now.
So I need a motion to suspend the three separate meetings.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Delaney,
Second.
second by Weber, roll call.
Oliphant, Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Now I need a motion to adopt the ordinance.
I'll make a motion to adopt the ordinance.
Motion by Hush,
Second.
second by Weber, roll call.
Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Number 15, reports. Fred?
I have nothing at this time.
Nothing? Deanna?
Okay, I just have some things that I've written in here. The final report, final reimbursement was submitted to the Iowa Economic Development Authority for the CAT grant for the library. And I got notification back, they've accepted everything, closed out the project, and we should be receiving our final $23,000 from that before the end of the month. The $25,000, we just took care of that. I'm working on the final report and reimbursement for the child care grant that Aquin received for $10,000. Sammy and I are reviewing accounts payable, general ledger to up and make sure the chart of accounts is exactly how we want it before we start the formal transition to Tyler. And then they came and inspected our bridges today. I had emailed him this morning to say, when are you coming? And he said, oh, glad you asked. His schedule got kind of changed up with the weather, and so he's like, can I come to Cascade today? And I'm like, sure. So he came, him and I just sat down and reviewed a few things, but we'll getting our formal report. There's a few things on the Monroe Bridge culvert that we need to take care of. Nothing major, but some minor stuff, and then a few things that we need to start looking at on First Avenue. But he did say the Monroe Bridge, well, we probably have like 5 to 10 year life left on that bridge. So that was nice to know.
Really?
Yeah. And then, just so everybody that doesn't have Facebook knows, our pool is closed. Someone brought glass goggles in, which are not allowed, and they got broke in the pool, so we have to drain the pool, refill it, add chemicals, get everything working again before we can open back up, and we're hoping that we can have everything going and be back open by next Tuesday.
But this happened this afternoon,
Yes.
Oh, my.
Yep.
so it had to happen after 4 o'clock.
Yep. It happened like 4:30, quarter to
My
5.
daughter's over, she don't know anything about it.
So,
So we're looking at a week.
yeah, because it takes so long to drain the pool, then it takes, a couple days to
Yeah.
fill the pool,
Well,
and
then
then
look for all
work
that
with
glass.
the chemical. Well, yeah, once it's drained, we have to make sure we get every
you
bit of
gotta
glass.
get it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Yep.
Number 16, I need a motion to adjourn into closed session.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Weber,
I'll second it.
second by Gale. Roll call.
Oliphant, Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney.
We are in closed session.
Okay. So if you, Mike, do you want to stop the box cast? I will get this going.